hope everyone is having a wonderful week so far. Oh, goodness. So this week I completely lost my voice and it's just starting to come back a little bit, thankfully, because my job, I talk all day. So it's a little inconvenient to not be able to talk very well. Anyways, I'm looking forward to having a weekend out here at the farm, trying to get my voice back and not talking too much. So there are a couple of things that are going to go down here this weekend. And of course, it is still the battle of weeding. Oh, I keep forgetting to bring tomato cages out here. Ay. Anyways, the weeds are still insane everywhere, but they are definitely getting under control. But what is going to have to happen this weekend is the garlic scapes need to be picked. So that is what's going to be on this little episode here of Outgrowing this week. I'm going to show you guys. Okay, you guys, so when you're growing garlic, hardneck garlic to be specific, what it does is it shoots up the flower of the garlic, which is this right here. A little foggy or blurry there. Okay, so this is the flower. And if you want the flower to turn into a bulbil and use it for planting, then you would not pick it off. But that's not what we want to do. What we want to do here is we want to pick the flower off, and we want to put the plant to put all of the energy into making that clove of garlic under the ground. Yeah, I weeded a bit last weekend, but anyway, so that's what we want to do. So that's going to be our project for sure here this weekend, is to get those garlic scapes picked. That is first and foremost. Again, some weeding needs to be done. Oh, behind me here, that's the potato patch, and it needs a good overhaul. It's been a couple weeks since I actually got in there. And then over here behind me, this is the patch where I was like, I'm just going to toss some potatoes in there and see. And the potatoes are all coming up now, big enough that I'm just going to have to get in there and just give it a good weeding as well. The other thing too is that I have some gladiolas that need to still be planted. I also have, I'd like to get a few more rows of sunflowers planted here this week, because by the end of this week, if things aren't really planted, we may run out of time, because our first frost date here at the farm is fairly early on in September. So anyways, we kind of got to get what we want planted in the garden this week specifically. Otherwise, it may not have time to grow. So, and the other thing too that's crazy about this weekend is that I'm only here today and tomorrow. I have to go back home to work tomorrow night for Monday morning, because it's the grad out where I live, the grade 12 graduation. So I have to go do some hair for the grad. And but I was just thinking, being out here looking at everything, I might end up coming back Monday after doing grad hair, just to come out here and get caught up on some stuff, because it's kind of like a crucial time to really stay on top of everything right now, because everything is growing very abundantly, and it's kind of the time to keep the weeds really at bay and let everything kind of grow into place and all that stuff. So I actually, if I don't get what I need to get done here in the garden, I will be coming back Monday after I'm done doing grad hair for the day, and then going back Tuesday morning for work, which could make it a very crazy week, but it needs to be done. So that'll be that. And then the other thing that's going to be happening, Mark has asked me to come help him with the fencing where we have to move the cows to next. We didn't graze it last year. Wasn't needed. We had so much grass. And so Mark likes to kind of rotate the cows around and all that stuff. So anyways, So consequently, we didn't check the fence last year, and it is like growing in like crazy there. So like he's just like, can you just come give me a hand? Like basically I'll cut the trees and you flip them off the fence. So that also has to get done this weekend. And then we got to move Mark's cattle to that pasture here this weekend sometime. So there's a lot going on here, for sure, as always, but it just seems right now, it feels very overwhelming with everything that has to happen. But you know, instead of sitting here chatting away, I'm just gonna get cracking to it. I'll probably actually leave the garlic scapes until tomorrow to pick, because I'm gonna package them up and then take them back home to sell. So I'll probably leave them, but right now I'm just gonna get in here and get some weeding done here quickly before we head out and do the fence. So it's a busy weekend. All right, you guys, today we are picking the garlic scapes, and this is the really exciting part of the first exciting part of growing garlic. So this is the like little teaser of what is going to come with the garlic clove. So as I mentioned earlier, this is hardneck garlic, and hardneck garlic shoots up a flower up the center of the plant, and I'm going to snap one off here so I can show you guys. This is it. Okay, so this comes up and it makes a little flip and a turn. Once it's flipped and turning the entire other direction, that signals that it's ready to be picked off. What this does when you pick it off, it takes the energy that the plant is putting into the flower, and it takes it and puts it into creating that beautiful garlic clove that's under the ground. So we want to get these off. Some people do let them go, turn into a bulbil is what it's called at the top, and use that for planting and growing garlic as well. It's a bit of a longer process. I do not do that. I basically will reuse this garlic, keep garlic from what I've grown, and reuse it for seed for next year. I don't mess around with growing these bulbils. It's a bit of a longer process to try to get the garlic to grow and all that stuff. So I don't do that. However, I do know of places that do that. So, but that's not my jam. I pick them and we sell these. So there's lots of amazing culinary things that you can do with the garlic scapes. There's pesto, there's stir fries, garlic butter, like garlic scape butter. There's all kinds of really great things. You can put them on salads, like anything that you would want garlic in, you can definitely use these. They can be pickled. There's all kinds of things. Honestly, like the internet is an amazing place for recipes. I will link in the description here a couple of my favorites. What I like to do, pesto is one, garlic scape pesto is one that I absolutely love. So I'll put that in the comment section, or in the description, sorry. And that will be there. And if I got enough space to add in another little anything else, I will definitely add that in there. So yeah, that's what we're up to today. So we are picking scapes. As I mentioned before, have to head home. I have to do hair for grad tomorrow morning. So I was thinking I might stay until tomorrow morning, but it makes it for such a crazy day for me that I'll likely go home tonight after supper. So I got to get all these picked, get them all weighed out, and then I sell them for $5 a pound. Yeah, so that's what I'm up to. My voice, I lost my voice last week, and I still haven't totally got it back. So I sound a little bit raspy and a little bit coarse, or hoarse. That's awesome. Well, it sounds a little coarse too. Anyways, I'm sounding my voice sounds a little rough, so I've been trying to just not do a lot of talking and not a ton of videoing, just to try to get it better, because doing hair and talking all day is not an easy task when you don't have a voice. So I can tell this morning it's not 100% yet. So yeah, I'm just gonna get to picking the garlic scapes, and that'll be what we're up to for the majority of the day, is picking them, packing them, and getting them ready to be sold. Okay, you guys, so picking scapes is going really, really good. There's a lot ready in here, which is awesome, but I just kind of want to show you guys, there's a few here that the scapes aren't totally ready yet. So I kind of want to show you guys what I'm talking about, and then I'm just going to show you guys how I just go and snap them off super easily. Just snap, 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 and I'll show you guys that too, so you can kind of see where we're at with the garlic scapes and just how easy it is just to take them off just with your fingers. You don't even need any tools. You can just get in there and give them a quick snip off. So I'll just I'm just gonna flip the camera around here and show you guys the scapes when they're not totally ready yet, and a little closer look at that. So okay, you guys, so here's one right here, and this is the flower part right here. And then this is the stem of it coming up the center of the plant. And so what's going to happen is this will turn and it'll go the opposite direction eventually. And then once it does that, that's when it's ready to be picked. Until it does that, we don't want to pick it. We want to let it kind of do its full turn there. And you can see this one here behind it as well. It's just coming up too. The other thing too is like this one here, it's just not quite ready yet because it isn't bent totally around. So we really want to wait until they are just like that. Okay, so they're pointing the other direction. That's when we know that they're ready to roll. So yep, there's still like, you know, quite a few that aren't totally ready. There's the odd one where the scape is just starting to poke up. So yeah, I mean, there's tons, like just tons and tons of them that are ready. As you can see down this whole, you can see them for sure. But yeah, so that's pretty much the gist of what the scapes look like. So then as far as snapping them off goes, let's see here. Okay. So you just take it as far down the stem as possible to where it meets with the leaves, if you can see in there. And then all I do is just snap it between my fingers. It's just super, super easy. Just get in there and snap. And there's just, you don't need any tools, nothing. Just your fingers. So yeah, it's just super easy to just get in there, snap a bunch of them off, and just keep going like that. So I'm just going to keep it on here because there's lots that need to be picked. So I just finished up picking all of the garlic scapes from the Russian red garlic, and there is an entire, like one of these whole crates, like right full. So that's pretty amazing. There's still quite a few that will need to be picked, but we'll be picking those like over the next week or so, just because they're not ready and we don't want to pick them before they're ready. So that's cool. It'll give us a chance to deal with these ones. We'll sell a bunch of them. Oh, I got a bunch of dirt on my face. As per usual. Anyway, we'll be able to sell what we have, you know, process what we want to, and then we'll have a whole big bunch more to deal with later on. So here we are, the Mexican purple. These ones are intriguing to me because these were the ones that got a little scorched from when Mark was burning the burn pile. So I'm pretty impressed at, like, look at them. They look amazing. In fact, they actually look better than the Russian reds, and I'm not really sure why. The Russian red, I am a little, I think there were aphids over there. I saw some, yeah, so I think that might be why they're looking a little yellowy. I think the aphids are gone now. I've noticed like a ton of ladybugs, and I don't see the aphids anymore, but I'm wondering if that isn't what kind of caused them to yellow. so early on. I mean, these ones look great. Their tips are a little bit yellow. I mean, that could be, you know, I'm not even sure really what that could be from. Just, you know, maturing or whatever else. Maybe too much water, or maybe not enough. Like, I don't know. Last weekend we got 3 inches of water, or 3 inches of rain. So I'm not really too sure. But I mean, it's just kind of naturally how it goes. Like, as garlic starts to mature, you know, the tips do sometimes tend to turn a little yellowy. So anyway, these ones, the Mexican purple, do look really good, and the scapes look awesome. So I'm gonna get cracking here and get those picked off, and then after that I'm gonna probably weed for a little while, and then when it gets really hot around 3 o'clock, I'll probably end up going inside then and packaging everything up in the 1 pound packages. So that's kind of what I'm up to right now, and getting this on the go here and finishing up the picking. So I have picked all the scapes that are ready in the Mexican purple as well as the Russian red. So I'm feeling pretty great about that. The thing about the Mexican purple, and I got all extra large ball, like seed bulbs or whatever. But the thing with the Mexican purple is that their flower, the stem is so much thicker than the Russian red. And I mean, they are two very different cloves of garlic. Like, the Russian red has many little, I guess they'd be called toes. I don't know, like an orange. I'm not sure. I looked this up once. Is it the clove that's the whole thing? I can't remember. I will get back to that. Like, the whole thing is the clove, or is it one is the clove and it's the bulb? I will have to figure that one out. I have looked it up before because I can't quite remember. But anyway, the Mexican purple, they are like, when I was breaking them apart, it's like 4 or 5 or 6 big cloves. And the Russian reds are, you know, there was more of them. Still a big bulb though. Anyway, very interesting to see these ones grow. I'm hoping to have enough large seed at the end of the year left over that I will just continually use my garlic seed from year to year to year now. This year I planted 3,000 cloves of garlic, and admittedly, that is insane. I don't want to be the garlic producer out here. I mean, I do for myself and for, you know, the people that do the veggie subscriptions, but I don't need to be growing 3,000 cloves of garlic. It became a bit of an obsession thing. It was like, oh my goodness, the garlic grows so good. I gotta try more. And then I grew 3,000. And yeah, it's awesome. And I'll probably sell the majority of it, keep what I need, use what we need, all that kind of stuff. But it's a lot of work. So first we pick the garlic. Well, I guess first we plant the garlic, and that gets planted in the fall. So you've got to, while you're trying to get the garden all dealt with, you have to get a space ready to plant the garlic, and you got to plant it. Fine. Then in the springtime, you pray that it comes up. Great. It does. Then you pick the garlic scapes, which is the most exciting part of it all. Well, no, it's not. The garlic is, but this is like the spring excitement. You know, you pick the garlic scapes. Then you've got to process the garlic scapes and sell the garlic scapes and deal with that. And then you got to give it, I would say it's going to be about 3 to 4 more weeks now before we are in picking garlic mode. I think like probably end of July, I'm thinking. It just kind of depends. We'll keep an eye on them. Anyhow, so then you've got to pick them. Then you have to cure them for a little while so that they get, you know, like the white papery skin on the outside, and they, you know, you want to let them cure so that they store well. And then you have to market and sell all the garlic, and then you have to process the garlic. So we keep loads of it, fresh garlic. We dehydrate it for garlic powder. We process it in the food processor and freeze it, so we have fresh garlic, like frozen garlic. We pickle garlic. So garlic is it's a big job for us out here. And I'll be honest, 90% of it I do by myself. So 3,000 cloves of garlic is a bit of a stretch for me. And I think I definitely bit off probably more than I can chew for this year. But anyways, it is what it is. I've got all this garlic, so I will deal with it. And basically, you know, what I have time for, I have time for. Garlic keeps so well that I will be able to do most of the processing in the fall once the garden is pretty much all dealt with. But anyway, that is going to wrap up this video. I'm just going to get inside, start packaging up in 1 pound packages, and then I will be taking it back to the lake with me to sell it there, and then that'll be that. So if you have any comments, feel free to comment, like, subscribe, share, and thank you for joining me, and we'll see you next time.